Okay, so Splatoon Side Order came out on February 22nd, 1 year after the expansion pass came out. And yes, it really was that long ago. But was it really worth the wait? Oh boy, let's see. In Side Order, you are tasked with saving Marina from the best duo and canonical lesbians, which you cannot tell me otherwise, off the hook. Then, when that goes haywire, shutting down a science project gone insane before it destroys all individuality and free will. In order to do this, you first have to climb the tower in a roguelike fashion to shut things down with the help of Pearl, who's been turned into a drone, and Oct, aka Deadfish. The tower has 3 floors, following the whole 3 motif. Each floor gives you the choice of 3 tests, which will have you destroying spawn points, spot zones, killing enemies, guiding a mini tower, or 8 balls. Except these are much easier, though I appreciate that they referenced how difficult they were in Octo expansion. Because oh boy, these were hell, I tell you what. These levels come in 4 different difficulties. Baby, casual, hard, and soul crushing. The harder the level, the more rewards you get. However, sometimes you can get a bonus level which will give you a challenge, and completing it will give you an extra reward. Now you don't have to do the challenge to complete the level, but you won't get the extra reward if you don't. However, sometimes you will have a bonus that gives you a bunch of chips, so you kinda have to do those if you want to move on, but they're not too difficult most of the time and can be beneficial for that level. There are also danger levels, which will add an extra hazard to a level, like adding enemy ink everywhere, turning off the lights, or buffing enemies. You don't have to do them, and they don't give any extra reward, but if you don't, they'll just keep popping up until you do, so mostly do them, unless you're almost at the top, then it's not really worth it. Once you enter a floor, it will give you a power-up in the form of a pallet chip, and once you finish the floor, you can keep them until the end of the run. However, unlike Cult of the Lamb, there is a limit on how many of these you can have, and it is possible to hit that limit as sometimes floors will give you to the same chip, or you run into the god of Side Order, the vending machines. This is a blessed thing, possibly more blessed than Klondike. Every once in a while, you'll have the opportunity to visit a vending machine. Here, you can buy more chips, lives, and different subs and specials. However, these still use the membucks which you gain by winning the challenges, and will jack up the prices with each purchase. But even if you don't buy anything, you still progress, so it's still not a bad idea to visit it, even if you're not in the mood to buy. That is, unless there's something you really want. Something I learned recently is that people tend to go for specific builds with these, like going for a luck build, which gets them more drops and possibly more kills with the lucky bombs, or absolutely maxing out the Pearl drone so she can wreak havoc, or maybe turning into Sonic. However, I guess this isn't really too new of a concept, except as this is more or less average roguelike behavior. But some of these builds can be foiled by a danger or even a bonus floor. As for the builds I go for, Hey, guys, look, you can't touch me, you can't touch me, you can't touch me, you can't touch me, you can't touch me! Also, before I forget, Pearl Drone! Best part, Pearl has become a handy drone, who can help you glide over enemies, or if you give her the proper chips, can fight with you. Or for you if you choose. If you want her to have any use outside of the standard glide, you need the chips. And when you have them, they need to be charged by the use of inking turf, or through items that only also drop with the use of a specific chip. Now, of course, you don't have to give her all the chips, but if you at least give her 1 sub and 1 special, as even if you're not going all in with her, arming her can still get a lot of stress off your back. Which leads me to one of the major complaints people have: the lack of variety. While objectives and stages do change, the variety of each is very low. This is to the point with the only difference being in objectives. Even dialogue options end up repeating to the point where I would probably prefer an option to skip them because you're slowing down my speed run. Sometimes you can get a level that does kind of resemble that of Octo Expansion that are made specifically for one objective in mind, but there are really only a few of them, thus tend to repeat a lot. Every 10 floors you will have a boss fight, which will either be one of 3 bosses or the final boss at the top, which, yeah, isn't great. The thing is, when you're going up the tower multiple times, these guys can get really old really quick, especially when you're used to the unique gimmicks. I wish there were more of them. In fact, I think they should have included one more boss fight. It would have made things great. One more. That's all they needed. Just one more, so then I wouldn't be repeating fighting the same boss 2 runs in a row. Just one more. That's all I needed. Just one more boss. In fact, there isn't even a secret boss like with the Inner Agent 3, which I'll get to later. Once you finish a run, now you can really prepare, as after you finish the run, all your chips will be turned into pearls, which you can give to Marina for permanent buffs like more lives or making enemies hurt less. And after beating bosses, you can get keys, which can get you more lore, more pearls, or new palettes, which gives you new weapons to use. However, each weapon will only get you 3 keys each. So you are encouraged to go in multiple times. So be prepared to experiment with new weapons. So, was this DLC worth the price and wait? No. As you all know my opinion on the Splatoon 1 Plaza and 3, and it took me 2 tries to get to the top of the spire. 2. And it only took me about a week longer due to the fact that I died the first time and only had 2 lives. My accidental speedrun! I guess I just wanted more than we got, as it took me months to beat Octo Expansion. Though I guess it might be unfair to compare these two, as Octo Expansion was meant to be difficult, and Side Order was just meant to be different. Then again, I want to be able to spend time and get my money's worth out of something I bought a year ago. The only real people I can see benefiting from this are the speedrunners, which isn't a bad thing. It was fun, it's just that I wanted more from this game. I have been in a bit of a Splatoon rut for a bit, and hoping this DLC can get me back into the swing of things. Besides that, there are things I wish they did more with. And while they didn't necessarily confirm Pearl and Marina, let's face it, if you're not seeing it by the end of this, you either have your head up your ass or a little child. Because look at them! They are in love, and they have adopted 8, and you cannot change my mind! However, the one thing they dropped the ball on the most was, drumroll please, 4. Okay, but in all seriousness, 4 for some reason ends up as the forgotten middle child in this series, and I honestly don't know why. Fans seem to absolutely love this character, as they are a smart-ass, chaotic meme lord, yet Nintendo seems to forget that this character exists. Heck, she is only mentioned in passing here. If anything, she could have been a great candidate for a secret boss fight, and reward for completing the palettes. Just think about it. Inner Agent 3 was so meaningful as it represented the trauma 8 went through fighting 3 in the Octo Valley. With 4, 8 would have to fight someone she considered a friend. Maybe someone who helped them adjust to Inkling civilization, and we could save her from Order's schemes. Heck, you don't need the player to describe them at all from what was shown. If they can get a tentacle style for the parallel cannon fight, then why not other things, like eye color or skin tone? And if they didn't have Splatoon 2, then just make them have the box cover look. I don't know. I don't know. I just hoped this would live up to the hype, but it honestly didn't. If you think it did, then hey, just comment below, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, that's where I'll leave this video, so bye!